What is up, everybody? Welcome, my Thrive family. So I'm gonna wait just a minute, kind of yak here while other people can jump on. Of course, others can watch as they become available. So today, it's taken me a little bit here. Life is busy, life is good. However, so we discussed a treat meal last time. I kind of broke that down for you guys. What's going on, Miss April? I broke that down. I was really extensive on that. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to give kind of what I found was the most important things of why this works. I'm going to be really honest with you guys. Hey, Kelly. So, when I first looked at this, I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm an honest person. You can always bet that I'm being 100% honest in my opinion anyway. When I first looked at Thrive Sculpt, the first thing I do for me is I look at the supplement facts. I want to know what's going on here. And Le-Vel, I've always said for 6 years now, Le-Vel has never ceased to amaze me. They have always blown everything out of the water. But I'm going to be honest, when I looked at Thrive Sculpt, I looked at Tara, and I said, what is this? Why did they do that? Because I'm like, why? Okay, I know the benefits of it, but why did they do it in this formulation? And it took me probably, 6, 7, 8 months for me to watch all of your results, all of you guys. And they were amazing. And all the comments, everything I got, videos, messages, stories from other Thrivers on how well adding Sculpt to their 1, 2, 3 experience, their Thrive experience, really enhanced their weight loss and their feeling and how they felt. And I thought, wow, okay, so let me really break this down because I was really curious. Number one, I know amino acids are crucial, and I'm going to explain why. So here we go. I'm going to break it down. Like I said, I'm not going to be too long for you guys tonight. Believe it or not, it's only 1, 2, 3, 4 ingredients. They did not pack it full of stuff. So if you go to the store and you look at amino acid products or BCAAs that say GNC or anywhere else, there's a slew of stuff in there, and I don't even know what the heck those fillers are. They're probably just that, fillers. So I'm going to break it down real quick. What do we got? We got L-glutamine, we have L-arginine, betaine, and L-taurine. So a lot of those you've probably heard. And then, of course, the branched chain amino acids. And the 3 branched chain amino acids are L-leucine, L-isoleucine, and L-valine. Okay? Very unique combination here with L-glutamine and L-arginine. I'm not going to talk a whole lot on L-glutamine and arginine, but I'll tell you really quick what they do. L-glutamine is fundamental in muscle building. Absolutely a necessity in building and repair. L-arginine, that is one of the key ingredients in our Circulate. It is a vasodilator that is putting oxygen in your blood and really getting, the blood flow into the muscles. And blood is what transfers the nutrients to the muscles and all through your body. So having a vasodilator is crucial to pretty much flood all of the nutrition into the muscles where we want it. So that is really unique right there. L-glutamine and L-arginine. So to break down the branched chain amino acids, again, L-leucine, isoleucine, valine, okay? So a little history, really quick. So there's 20 different amino acids that make up thousands of different proteins in the human body, okay? Again, 20 amino acids make up thousands of different proteins, all right? 9 of the 20 are considered essential amino acids. Essential meaning they cannot be made in your body and they have to be obtained through your diet or supplementation. All right. The others, they will call it, I think I have some notes on here of non-essential. Non-essential, I'll just tell you because from memory. Non-essential amino acids are the rest of the amino acids that make up all those different proteins, but your body can convert those into usable proteins for all the different productions of the body. So rebuilding, growth, all that kind of stuff. Your body can convert carbohydrates, sugars, fats. It's amazing, right? They convert all of those to glycogen and amino acids. So now again, the ones that are not be able to convert are non-essential amino acids. And there's 9 of them, and there's very specific fundamental branch chain of essential amino acids. And those are the ones we're going to talk about today. Okay. So again, the 3 branch chains, leucine, isoleucine, valine. Branch chain refers to the chemical structure. Totally not going to go down that road today. But they are found in protein-rich foods, such as eggs, meats, dairy products, nuts, legumes, everything in between there. So they're literally found all over the place in those types of foods. And again, your body can break those down. The only ones that are not to be broken down, that you got to take them in, are those branched chain amino acids. So amino acids, they're the building blocks of proteins. We talked about that. And proteins make up, ready for this? Proteins make up the entire structure of the body. So we talked about a lot about muscle building, recovery, training harder, all that kind of stuff, weight loss. How does that even work? Well, number one, just thinking about the idea that proteins, right? Amino acids make proteins, and proteins make the entire structure of the body. Absolutely phenomenal. So you can see the importance here and how they can actually play a major role in your either dietary needs or not energy goals, workout goals, training goals, fitness goals. So here we go. There's a couple studies here I thought that were really neat, that I think I can paint a really good picture here for, paint a really good picture for you. Okay, so the average dosing range for somebody that's somewhat physical, anywhere from somebody physical, say their job, all the way to an athlete, is about 35 grams of branched chain amino acids. Okay, 35 grams, and follow me here because I'm gonna paint the picture of why they're so important and how you can use Sculpt to get to where you need to. And again, it's why I'm seeing the results this year that kind of shocked me. So of course we know that we can take amino acids, or if you don't know, we can take them before bed. They're most useful before bed, in the morning, and then after exercise. So again, we talked about where amino acids are found. They're found in meat, poultry, fish, beans, tofu, cheese, eggs, pumpkin seeds, but they're in minutes. The most place you're going to find them in is the meat, poultry, fish. Okay, your high protein sources. And it's known to have 3 to 4 grams per 3 ounces. So 3 grams per 3 ounces. So we break that down for easy math. That's 1 gram per ounce. Follow me here. Follow me. I realized that you guys were not getting enough branched chain amino acids. And I had to really think about it this way for the average person. You're not. And that's why the supplementation of Sculpt comes in and is doing so well. So follow me. In order to meet your 35 grams of branched chain amino acids, I realized, they would have to eat like me during bodybuilding show prep. To get to 35 grams, right, I would have to eat 6 ounces of meat 6 times a day. 6 times 6 is 36. I don't think you're doing that. To eat 6 ounces of meat 6 times a day, that's something that an elite athlete does. So we can see they get the benefits of it, and you can see it. But for the average Joe, the average American, clearly you're not. So the supplementation is crucial, super important. Okay. Do I even want to talk about that? I'll just read it for you. They represent 30 to 40% of all amino acids present in your body. Said 14 to 18% of the amino acids that we intake are found in your muscles. So you can see what needs it most and where they go. They're broken down by the muscle. Okay, they're broken down by the muscle and not the liver. Now, not to get too scientific here, but everything that we eat, everything we take in, has to be broken down, produced, and turned into glycogen in the liver. So, but if we can bypass that, right? If we have stuff that's broken down in the muscle, our muscles are more likely to use it. Okay, and when it's in the muscle, it's in the blood, and we're more likely to use it. It's readable, it's readable to use, if that came out right. So we got other building blocks. Here's another neat thing involving And it's involved in regulating your blood sugar levels. We talked a lot about that in treat meal. And that's because of what I just said here. Because they're preserving the liver and muscle sugar storage, stimulating the cells to take the sugar from your bloodstream. I'm going to say that again. It's preserving your liver, so it's not broken down in the liver, but yet in your muscle stores. Therefore, it's stimulating the cells to use them from your bloodstream where they're actually usable. They doesn't have to go knock on the liver's door and say, hey, can I have some of this for energy, if that makes sense. So branched chain amino acids, they help with fatigue during exercise. And one of the neat things that kind of go along with this whole weight loss thrive experience thing is they also help produce serotonin in the brain, a whole nother hormone chemical thing. It's really important to how we function, how our mood is, how we sleep, just how the whole body works. So of course, out of all, well, not out of all. So what they're saying in here is that out of the three, leucine is thought to have the biggest impact on your body's capacity to build muscle proteins. Now, the other two, isoleucine and valine, they have found in scientific studies that it's more effective in producing energy and regulating your blood sugar. So I'm going to say a little bit more, but what I want to say about the blood sugar thing and why I'm understanding now why Sculpt is having such a big impact on you guys is, number one, you are not getting even close to the amount of amino acids that the body needs to function at its highest level. Number two, it's got this secondary effect of allowing the amino acids and glycogen and sugar to stay in the bloodstream and not in the liver so that they can use it on demand, which means that when you need it, it's right there, and when you don't need it, it can kind of get out of here. Things that are flowing around in your blood and it's not used, it usually store as fat. So if you have like carbohydrates and all these other things that are flowing around in the body and they're not being used, they get stored as fat. So there's another reason why you guys are having such weight loss changes with adding Sculpt to the Thrive experience. So this kind of goes into the blood sugar levels a little bit too. Leucine, isoleucine thought to increase insulin secretion. Again, not going to go into that because I did that with treat meal. I really broke down blood sugar and stuff like that with treat meal. But again, just to kind of reiterate, if it helps your body produce the correct amount of insulin, again, your body's going to shuttle around the carbohydrates for energy, and it's also going to tell the amino acids that, hey, you don't have to be busy and you can go build muscle, repair muscle, whatever it may be. What else interesting did I have here? Some of the things you guys might have noticed that it talks about is you were less sore after exercise once you added this to your Thrive experience. That's really cool. They said here that, this is neat here, that the athletes were given BCAAs and they performed up to 20% better 20% better on an abundant amino acids, up to those 35 grams, better than they did, 20% better than they did 2 days later when they did the same strength. I can't talk today. You know what? Maybe I need a beer, huh? All right. So they performed 20% better than they did 2 days later doing the same training, the same exercise. So you can see that there's mathematical statistics here that say having an abundant amino acids in your bloodstream literally helped athletes perform 20% better. That 20% is incredible. If you think of anything, you want to increase your income by 20%, you want to increase your horsepower by 20%, I'll take any of those all day. Did I have anything else here? No, not into notes. So like I said, I was going to keep it short. I'm going to give you my couple personal opinions. So I knew when I started studying the human body and I started trying to use what I've learned and apply it to the bodybuilding and really push my body, branched chain amino acids were number one on the list. They were right there with carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. And if, like I said, you break down the idea of what a protein is, they're amino acids. They're a bunch of strings of amino acids in different alignments. So if you can imagine, you have the 20 amino acids, right? And they make up thousands just by different mathematical orders. They replace they're actually different structures and different things. So that's kind of neat. Again, I'm going to reiterate why it's been working is, number one, think in your head, how can you use this most effectively? Number one, it's good with the Thrive experience first thing in the morning on an empty stomach with your Thrive capsules. Number two, it's good for after training. I talked about why. And then, of course, it's also very crucial to have before you go to bed. That's when your body is repairing itself the most. When it's at rest, when it's sleeping, that's when it recovers everything. It's recovering muscle tissue, ligaments, tendons, tissue, things like that. So you want to have those amino acids flowing through your blood and readily available. Hey, I said it that time. Readily available to use for what it's needed. So if you could think, how would you use them? Think about your average diet. So like I said, to get what you needed without any supplementation. If you're like, Daniel, I don't need Sculpt. I don't need that. You know, I get plenty. I want you to think about the math that I just said. To get 35 grams of branched chain amino acids through your food alone, you would have to eat 6 ounces of meat or chicken or fish 6 times a day. Like I said, me and the bodybuilders are the only ones I can think of that do that religiously. So I'm willing to bet you don't. So if you were to think in your head, hey, I have 3 protein meals a day and a couple snacks, you might have a great diet. You might be in great shape. You may or may not be. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that even if you are and you eat 3 protein meals 3 times a day, you're not getting enough amino acids. You're not. And so think about how you could perform, who you can be, what can happen with your diet regimen, your workout regimen. How much better would it be getting optimal amino acids for your body? And so again, I just will end with number one, first thing in the morning with your Thrive capsules, after training and before you go to bed. You can take these Sculpt capsules, recommended 2 to 3 times a day if you'd like. And again, if you're only eating 1 or 2 protein meals a day, I'm going to suggest you take the Sculpt 2-3 times a day, like I said, after training. And if you're not training, in the morning and before you go to bed. So that is really it, guys. Like I said, I was going to keep it short this time and not hammer it. But I'm really happy I found why, breaking this down, why you guys are having such great success adding Sculpt to the Thrive experience. I'm really excited to see what you guys do with this more. I encourage you guys to share this video with anyone that has any questions. You can take it out of this group if you like. You can add people into this group so they can see it. Whatever you like, because I think it's important to understand the basics of how we can enhance our life, our workout, our bodies, our health. And it starts, believe it or not, with amino acids and proteins, and being that protein makes up your entire body. Pretty important. So with that, guys, thank you for listening to me. I'm gonna put up another poll here. As you know, we have a lot of products that we can break down and discuss that is not talked about widely, or I think enough. So I'm gonna do a poll on what you guys would like to hear next. So far, we have broken down cheat meal and we have broken down Sculpt. So for now, guys, you guys have a wonderful Thursday. It's been a pleasure being with you, and thank you guys for coming on. I didn't get a chance. I'm solo here, so I didn't get a chance to answer any of your questions, but I promise after I'm done here, I will go back and answer any questions you guys have. Other than that, you guys have a blessed day. Thank you. Thrive on, brothers and sisters.